You just fell off of a mountain and blew the engine up completely. Hello friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Thank you so much. Today we're jumping into r/StoriesAboutKevin. We are continuing the Kevin in a Big Rig saga. This is part number 6. If you missed the previous parts, those are down in the description. I should also mention that we are currently live streaming this on Twitch. It'd be really cool if you came through, said hello on the Twitch. I know the time that I usually stream is awkward. That's like 1 p.m. my time, which is like 1 a.m. Eastern or something crazy like that. But you know, we got people that spend all night listening to me yak into a microphone, so I appreciate that. And if you can't make the Twitch streams, I mean, I also yak into a microphone on YouTube, which is probably where you're watching this, unless you're in the Twitch stream right now. Or unless you're double dipping. I don't know. My brain's already off track. It's been a bit of a weird day, but we're ready to roll, so let's go ahead and do it. We'll get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this r/stories about Kevin cringe. Kevin in a Big Rig, Part 6, Breakdown. Communication Breakdown. Communication Breakdown. That's always the same. Last time we had Shutdown, so hopefully this is going to be like the the big end of Kevin. I did feel really bad for Kevin. We found out that he like had some brain damage, and that's not necessarily why he could like remember things. He was having a lot of trouble doing his job. But a lot of the comments did point out to me that regardless of the brain damage, he's still like a Kevin through and through. So I guess I shouldn't be that mad at OP. We'll go ahead, reset the meter, and I'll see what happens in this story. So let's get into it. Like I said, hello again, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Kevin in a Big Rig. The popularity of this series has grown by leaps and bounds over the last week and a half, and all I could say is, wow. Wowzers, trousers. I can scarcely believe the amount of support and encouragement I've received from all of you, and I can't begin to tell you what it means to me. Honestly, that's the most beautiful part about Reddit, you know? You just want to vent and get some stuff off your chest, and then if it's a really good one, it floats to the top. I wasn't going to read Kevin in a Big Rig, but I had a lot of people ask me for it, so here I am, a year later. The only downside I've encountered is that I've had to take extra care so that these stories don't completely suck. I do appreciate that. Very thoughtful indeed. I'd like to give a big shout out to the viewers and subscribers of the YouTube channel Karma Comment Chameleon. Yeah, I know that dude, Rob. He's pretty good. He's the guy that said that I should get all my stuff up on podcasts, and we do talk relatively often via Discord. I read all the comments on both Reddit and YouTube, and your kind words of support are all the inspiration that I need to continue this series. I mean, I'm not too worried about giving Rob, Karma Comment Chameleon, the shout out via my channel, because 1, he's a hell of a lot bigger than me, and 2, he covers like very different content, also in a different way than I do. I don't think anybody's out here doing it like your boy ReddX does. Interrupt the story every 30 seconds or whatever. But I'm proud of it. It's become somewhat of a tagline or some crap. Anyways, with that, let's get on with the Kevin in a Big Rig, part number 6, a breakdown. Yeah, I'm not going to sing Communication Breakdown again, but you know I'm thinking it. Backstory. This story takes place about a week after the events of part 5. Fuck and I made our delivery in Salt Lake City without incident and took another load north to Seattle, Washington. We picked up another load that was bound for the East Coast when yet another disaster struck. Oh no, how could this happen? Oh yeah, because you're driving around with Kevin in a Big Rig. Disaster is always just around the corner. I had made the initial pickup in Renton, Washington, and headed east on Interstate 90. Since I had driven half the night before the pickup and into the mid-morning, my drive time for the day expired around Tanner, Washington, and fucking I switched out. Ahead of us lay barren and mountainous terrain and nearly 3,000 miles of highway across the northern states of the lower 48. That sounds fun. Maybe we can get in a convoy. Convoy! Combine that with the ever-threatening winter storms, fuck's horrible driving skills, and a dwindling supply of tolerance on my part, and I was beginning to wonder if he would kill us both before I could possibly get rid of him. I mean, third time's the charm. He's almost killed you a couple of times already. I think now is about the time to bail out, but OP is still building his case. Pretty soon the hammer's gonna drop. I'm like 90% sure. At the end of my drive shifts each day, I had been religiously copying the information from the notes that I had taken into an email on my phone. Yeah, stack it up. How many infractions does it take to get to the center of an incompetent trucker's career? I addressed it to my fleet manager and the company safety director. Using my most professional and courteous language, I outlined everything that I had witnessed over the past 2.5 months. I had reached the point where I didn't want revenge or compensation or even to demand that he be fired. I just wanted to get away from him. But in order to do that, I needed a valid reason so that management would be convinced. One reason? Yeah, how about 100? I mean, from how it's going in Chris Trucker, it seems a lot harder than it should be to get away from your driving partner. I don't understand why that is. And I also wonder if there's people that drive with their partner and just love it. Every second of it, they're like best buddies. Although we don't hear about those stories as much, I guess. So, Fuck took over and proceeded east along Interstate 90 towards Idaho. As was my habit by this point, I rode shotgun upon first leaving out at first. I am still in the jump seat when we reach Snoqualmie Pass. Snoqualmie Pass? That's quite a name. Interesting. I probably pronounced it wrong. In my opinion, there are 3 critical skills that all drivers must learn if they want to last long enough in the industry to make any real money. Navigation, backing up with the trailer, and going down a long, steep mountain grade fully loaded. Going up a mountain might be slow and arduous, but going down can quickly turn deadly. Going down. Honestly, this is something that I would never even think about, like, with regards to driving a truck. Probably one of the things that I love most about doing the channel and diving into all of these different series is just learning. We always learn something every single day. And today we're gonna learn about going down a steep mountain grade with a truck. Because if a driver doesn't control the speed during the descent, he will find himself behind the wheel of a runaway death machine. It's not as cool as it sounds, probably. To make the situation more difficult, the brakes of the truck can overheat and completely fail if overused, making the loss of control inevitable. Jesus Christ, bro. I had no idea. What? If you've ever driven through mountains and seen runaway truck ramps, that is exactly what they're for. Just a pre-selected crash scene. Wow, dude. Like I said, learning so much every single day. Overheating the brakes, bro, you are going to die. Even if it's not your drive time, maybe just suggest to Kevin that I could do this one if you want. It's fine. Maybe just let me handle it so we both don't die. Oh, now, most trucks also have a feature called engine brakes, more commonly known to truck drivers as Jake brakes. Unlike the typical wheel brakes, engine brakes cause the truck to slow down by restricting airflow in the engine. This causes the engine to add resistance in the drivetrain and serve as some sort of drag chute? I don't know, read as written, I guess. Also, unlike wheel brakes, engine brakes will not overheat or fail from overuse. When used properly, they can make going down a mountain grade far more efficient and far more safe. Okay, but does Kevin know about the Jake brakes? I mean, I didn't know. Is this something that they teach only a couple months into your driving career? I'm super worried for both OP and Kevin. More OP at this point, I guess, because yeah, Kevin is the one that will inevitably get him into this situation. The title of the story, Breakdown, like that's a bit of foreshadowing, isn't it? Anyways, the use of engine brakes also happens to be one of the issues that fucking I would regularly disagree upon. Oh boy. While I had been properly instructed by my trainer on how to use the engine brakes effectively, he was adamantly opposed to them. Yeah, they're called Jake brakes, not Kevin brakes, so I'm not allowed to use them. Yeah, whatever you gotta tell yourself, I guess. He wasn't shy about voicing his disapproval of my using them, but there was very little that he could do about it. Why does he disapprove is what I want to know. Are you that committed to crashing and killing both of us? I suppose the short answer to that is yes. Yes, he is. His opinion wasn't due to some rational reason. It was simply because the company safety department said so. During post-training orientation, the course presenters often had made a major issue about how engine brakes weren't that useful, and that they wish they didn't come with the trucks. I later learned that these presenters were drivers who mostly quit within 2 months. Yeah, listen to those guys for sure. Why are they being paid to present the safety course if they obviously have no idea what the hell's going on? It's time to quit driving, OP, settle down, take over these guys' jobs. Because obviously they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And people like Kevin will listen. And then the brakes fail and everything crashes, and whose fault is it? Not the safety presenters. It's going to fall squarely on Kevin's shoulders. This is a problem. This is a big, big problem. I learned from my trainer, a 30-year trucking veteran, that engine brakes were a lifesaver. But fuck, being the sycophant that he was, believed that anything the company higher-up said was the gospel truth. God, I can't stand bootlickers like this. Oh, you got authority over me? Okay, sir. Let me brown nose you even harder. Yeah, get your nose deep in his booty hole, right? Sometimes we need a little bit of critical thinking, Kevin. Actually, most of the time, company higher-ups have no idea what the fuck is going on. So yes, disregard it. Create your own way of doing things. It's for the best. And so there we were, Kevin, myself, and a fully loaded truck. And the long, steep decline that was the Snoqualmie Pass. Switch me seats, Kevin. I can't let you do this, Kevin. Yep, I said to myself, I am definitely regretting my life choices right now. It's like you know you're about to die. You're looking towards what is going to kill you, and you just kind of accept your fate instead of trying to do something about it. Dying with dignity, I do suppose, OP. So Fuck starts on down the pass. He was in top gear, and the truck begins to accelerate rapidly. Since he's not using the engine brakes, the only way that he can control the truck's speed without overusing the wheel brakes is to downshift. In order to do that, he must reduce speed. Shifting gears in a semi is a lot different than in a regular car, since a truck transmission will only go into gear if it and the engine are at the proper speed for the gear being selected. So yeah, once you start, there ain't no going back, is what it sounds like. Dude slams on the brakes, throwing everything in the cab that isn't tied down forward. He tries to downshift, but his timing is off. For a few heart-stopping seconds, the truck is essentially dropping down the side of a mountain in a free fall before Fuck manages to wrestle the truck into gear with another whiplash brake check and a grinding protest from the transmission. Oh God, we're gonna die! We're gonna die!
Help! Please! Someone! I'm going to die!
Oh, it's terrible! The engine revs up sharply as it fights against gravity and the excess speed for the gear. Kevin, again, applies extremely heavy braking, and I grab the handhold above me and push myself back into the seat to cushion the jolt. This is horrible. This is so horrible. Take the wheel. I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel. And he's like, nah, I seen Chris Trucker. I don't deal with truckers no more. I am out. Oh, God. How do you save yourself from this? At this point, I look over at the dash tachometer. It's reading over 1,700 RPM. The normal operating range for this truck is between 1,000 and 1,500 RPM. Slowing down and reducing the engine speed is vital at this point. Even Kevin could know that. And he does, applying heavy braking again to slow the engine to just under 1,500 RPM, and the speed appears to be relatively stable. Oh God, oh please, say a prayer. This is... this is so horrible. Let no bad happen. I can't. Then, in a move that I can only describe as divine stupidity, Kevin forces the transmission into the next lower gear. Yeah, you're gonna drop that transmission on the road. When I say forced, I mean the truck was actively fighting him as if it were an animal raging in a trap. The gears of the transmission were grinding so hard that I thought they would be worn down before we reached the bottom of the hill. Eventually, however, Fuck's stubborn determination won out, and the truck went into gear. Oh, God, dude. I hate this. I hate it so much. That poor truck, the poor OP. And Kevin's like, yeah, I got this. Are you kidding me, bro? I should have gotten out of here long ago. Whip your phone out. Just start recording what is unfolding before you. This is not okay. Kevin, that is not how transmissions work, okay? Just jam it into gear, whatever. The truck screamed in protest. I glance at the tachometer, and it's showing now close to 2,000 RPM. Way outside of the operating limits. Too much of this and the engine will literally tear itself apart, I knew. And so, what does Kevin do? Nothing. Nothing at all. Those pistons are gonna just jump out all over. They're gonna be like shotgun slugs just shooting around the cabin of this truck. You can't do this, Kevin, please. Make it stop. God damn it, I scream at him, trying to make myself heard over the tortured engine. Slow down! You don't tell me how to drive! Fuck snaps back. Apparently, he believes that this is normal. This is not normal. None of this is normal. We're all going to die. I swear to God, Fuck, if you wreck this truck, heh, that rhymes. My sentence was cut off by yet another hard break, and I'm wondering if I could just stab this little bastard and take over the truck and claim self-defense. Yes, mutiny is a thing that you can do in order to preserve the life of the crew, and at this point, you are the crew, so mutiny it is. You gotta take it over. You're not gonna survive this, OP. We went down that long, steep hill, For what felt like hours, the screaming engine begged for mercy, and Kevin was just completely oblivious. Do you not hear that? Are you kidding me? Oh, the anxiety is so high. At any moment, I was expecting the engine to just explode in a fiery death ball, taking us to our own deaths only a few moments later. But, to that engine's credit, somehow it held on just long enough. Oh my god, stop the truck, I need to throw up. We made it out, I saw my fucking life flash before my eyes. What is this? Oh, good god. We get to the bottom of the hill, and the stress on the engine and my nerves finally dissipates. At first, I think that we dodged yet another bullet. The truck seems to be no worse for the wear, and I somehow managed to not outright kill Kevin. No, kill him, bro. Put him out of his misery, okay? He can't live like this any longer. You doing him a favor, you're doing the whole world a favor. No jury in the land is gonna convict you, alright? And it was at that very moment that the dashboard lights up more than the annual Christmas tree at Rockefeller Plaza. Oh, spoke too soon, didn't ya? Every warning light and alarm buzzer is going off as if we were in a movie helicopter that had just been hit by a rocket. Black Hawk down, we got a Black Hawk down. I swear under my breath and begin looking on my phone for repair shops, truck stops, or anywhere nearby that we could possibly get some help. And then, as suddenly as it started, the dash goes quiet and the lights all turn off. It wasn't a relief, more of that eerie sort of quiet. Oh god, Kevin, you really fucked it this time, bro. We're gonna be out here freezing again in the middle of a mountain pass because you don't know how to apply the Jake brakes. This is so ridiculous. I don't even have the words, honestly. How does this keep happening? Because as long as you're with Kevin, it's going to keep happening. OP is right to want to get away from him. He's just a walking disaster. That's not good, I say, knowing that this wasn't some electronic glitch. Yeah, of course not. Electronic glitch after I just saw my life flash before my fucking eyes? Forget about it. That is the engine's last hurrah. I go back to my phone. It is the only thing that I can do to keep me from just snapping Kevin's neck. By some obscene stroke of luck, there's a dealership service shop at the next exit. What are you gonna do? Call a tow truck? Push the big rig down there with a full load? It's too ridiculous. It was just then that the dashboard lights and alarms made an encore appearance. I think something's wrong with the truck. You don't say. Kevin said, as if I hadn't already worked out that much for myself. I gave him my hardest glare. No shit, Sherlock. I reply, you just fell off of a fucking mountain and blew the engine up completely. It's so ridiculous, bro. Okay, the comments were 100% right. Brain damage did not do this, okay? This is him. His doing 100%. I can't even feel bad for him. Kevin, you a real piece of shit. The safety instructors that license this dude are like far more pieces of shit, but Kevin, yeah, you up there. You're not getting off scot-free. And poor OP, yeah, I don't blame him for wanting to get away. I take back everything I said in the last episode. Just exit. Stage left. Heavens to Murgatroyd. What do we do? Kevin asked, like a lost little boy. Oh, God. We don't beat kids. Luckily, Kevin's not a kid. Luckily, I have no sympathy for you at all. Just punch him. He is the dumbest of fucks. I take this moment to highlight his stupidity. I don't know, super trucker. You're the one who knows everything, so why don't you tell me? To say that my nerves were frayed at this point would be a gross understatement. I mean, just, yeah, call him out on it. You think you know everything? Why are you gonna ask me what to do? This is your mess. You clean it up. So Kevin keeps looking between the road and the dash, and I can tell that he is lost, confused, and completely clueless. Just then, the engine derates, essentially limiting its speed and horsepower in order to prevent further damage. Something is seriously wrong, and Kevin is completely useless. He doesn't even know what it means. He's like, they didn't cover this. Yeah, because nobody expected you to blow the fucking engine up. Next exit, I say. There's a dealership shop. Kevin nods nervously. He rounds a bend and the exit comes into sight. Despite the truck's reduced speed, Kevin is about to blow right past the exit. Something that he very well can't afford to do. He is so determined to kill his co-pilot and possibly himself. And really, if you want to take yourself out, that's your business. But leave me alone. You know, OP got a wife and kids to take care of, maybe. But even if he doesn't, yeah, just keep that all to yourself, all right? I want to live to see tomorrow. Luckily, the engine didn't explode. Let's not push our luck any further. Kevin, exit now, I say. Here? He asks, unsure. Oh my God, he's so dumb. How is he so dumb? How have you gotten this far in life? Darwinism's out the window, bros. Okay? I can't explain this. What are you doing? Now! I scream, not even trying to be civil. I don't have the words. It's too ridiculous, man. So Kevin takes the exit, braking extremely hard again to get slow enough so as to not overturn the truck. Well, thank God for that, at least, I guess. I can see the sign for the dealership, and I guide Kevin towards it. Okay, now you're gonna want to take the next left, buddy. Okay, get in the other lane, because we're gonna go left pretty soon. Yeah, I would have killed him, honestly. We pull into the parking lot just moments before the truck dies. Whew, charmed life, I think. Yeah, some parts of it are charmed. Some parts are like objectively not charmed at all. But it is what it is. I turn to Fuck and say, you, send dispatch a message. Tell them where we are and that we're checking into the shop, and I'll go talk to the shop. He doesn't get a chance to protest as I jump out and head inside. What do you even have to protest, Kevin? I'm cleaning up your mess at this moment, Kevin. I don't know how that truck even made it to the shop. Held together by voodoo magic or something like that. What brand was that engine? I'm gonna buy stock in whatever the hell that was, because that's a miracle. Honestly, I don't know how any of this happened. The techs run a diagnostic and find a long list of fault codes. I have to coordinate between dispatch and the shop because the company maintenance overseer knew nothing about trucks and Kevin was completely useless, and find out that the truck will need to be in the shop overnight. What a mess, bro. Fleet director doesn't give a damn. The overseer doesn't know anything. You're the maintenance overseer, bro. How did you lie your way into this job? It's a company full of Kevins. I quit. I quit, bro. I'll find a way to pay you back for the contract, but I need to get out of here. I can't anymore. Oh, they reluctantly agree to spring for a hotel room. Oh, how generous. That was within walking distance, and we go check in. Please have separate rooms. You know they're not gonna have separate rooms. They're gonna have to share a bed. Ain't that just the cherry on the dog shit sundae? Oh, fucking I spent about 3 days in that hotel while the truck was being repaired. Oh, man. Yeah, it looks like about a 1-day job, but nobody here knows what they're doing either. 3 days, all of a sudden. Kevin, by virtue of his short-term memory problems, had completely forgotten about how this was all his doing. He gave some speech about how dangerous engine brakes were, but I reminded him that he was the one who was driving when the truck broke down. He tried to pass the blame, but it didn't matter. I had a far more important task to focus on. He's so insufferable. I'm way back on OP's side again. He lost me in the last part a little bit, but yeah, everything has been refreshed. Now I 100% get it. I couldn't stand this either. Legitimately, I would have quit. I don't care. How much money for trucking school? I'll find a way to pay it back. I can't do this anymore. I know OP said he's got a wife and kids to provide for, but that's fine. I'm picking up 18-hour shifts at McDonald's. It's gotta be better than this. If you ever needed or wanted to know how to make a rigid corporate structure act in your favor, you might want to take notes. I'm no longer part of a rigid corporate structure, but in case I ever am taking 18-hour shifts at McDonald's, I'm gonna take notes on all this, all right? We ready? I had been gathering evidence against Kevin for about 2 weeks before we broke down. In those 2 weeks, I had been able to gather enough problems against him that would make a district attorney green with envy. I divided my time between copying my notes to email and jotting down new items as they popped up. It was tedious as the list never seemed to go down, but eventually the email was ready. The only question that remained was who exactly would be getting this email. Yeah, in a company full of Kevins, I don't trust none of y'all with this. Normally, I would simply email my fleet manager like one would a supervisor. The problem was that such major issues would need nearly every department in the loop. The only problem was that the company was strictly compartmentalized and often territorial. Oh, bureaucracy, look at that. Beautiful thing. Can't get a goddamn thing done because the head doesn't know where the ass is going. Or wait, something like that. It wasn't uncommon to get messages from 3 or 4 department heads for one minor infraction. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. For example, when I had to request fuel in Indiana, I had to explain why to the route planning manager, the fleet fuel controller, and the planning department, in addition to my supervisory fleet manager. Not only was this incredibly ineffective and annoying, it did provide some insights into how that system could be manipulated. This reminds me of Office Space, bro. Did you finish your TPS reports? You gotta put the cover. Like 5 people come by the desk to tell them the same shit. Except this whole thing is nationwide. Oh my god. Oh my god! You're a logistics company. Shouldn't you have the logistics of this somewhat figured out? Maybe? Whew. For its segmented nature, there was one department that had full authority over any other, and that was the safety department. Since every trucking company must take safety seriously, I guess, the safety managers are taken very seriously. Even though apparently they've only had 2 months on the job before they quit trucking completely. What is going on, bro? There's no hope. Abandon ship. More often than not, a safety manager held more power than the CEO and was the one department who could rally all the others to a cause. I hope this works, man. This is just a shot in the dark. It doesn't seem like this company's capable of a goddamn thing. My plan was to send emails to the heads of every department that had jurisdiction over any of Kevin's violations. Hours of service, planning, human resources, driver training. Each department head would get this email. In addition, my fleet manager and the safety manager would get the exact same email. With any luck, one of the emails would trigger an investigation, the findings of which would start a chain reaction. At best, the safety manager would order every department to look into the matter. Yeah, then Kevin's under a microscope and he ain't gonna last 5 seconds. They're gonna be like, oh, gross. Get this thing out of here. He's making us all look bad. See, they don't give a damn as long as he's not making us look bad. But the second somebody files a complaint on paper, we gotta do something. Again, bureaucracy. What I was careful not to do was to come off as accusatory or demanding. My philosophy has been to assume ignorance before malevolence. That is, assume that the company simply wasn't aware of what was going on. And if I demanded that Kevin was fired, I would risk coming across as bitter and spiteful, which would accomplish nothing. No, my emails would be professional, concise, detailed, and presented in a way that would say, hey, I found these problems and I just wanted to bring them to your attention. Yeah, these problems meaning this person who is just basically a walking, breathing problem. But you can do whatever you want with them. It's up to you. The issues themselves would cause the panic. It was during this breakdown that I put the finishing touches on my plan. I dug through the company directory for the relevant emails, organized all the documents and photos in the email, and arranged the list of violations by the relevant departments. If and when an investigation took place, all they would have to do was look where I pointed. I had nearly completed the email during the 3-day downtime while awaiting repairs, which I will go ahead and remind you that truckers don't get paid if they're not on the road. So yeah, this is 3 days just with your thumb up your butt in a fucking hotel room. At least OP's trying to make use of the time. I wonder what Kevin's doing. Probably hanging out by the vending machine, asking people for spare change. Hey, can I have $1? I just gave you $1. Sorry, I forgot. I have memory problems. And then he tells the story again. Yeah, you told me that last time I gave you $1. I assumed giving you the money would make you go away. But he's got memory problems. The day that the truck was finally repaired, Kevin and I went to the shop a few hours before the truck was released. When the text told us it was ready, I was surprised that Kevin offered to sign it out and take the first shift of the day. It was uncharacteristically generous of him, which I found suspicious, but I didn't say so. I decided that I needed to make a restroom stop before we left out. Yeah, maybe he knows what's going on. Maybe he's not as dumb as he looks. Just kidding. He's a Kevin for sure. On the way out of the door, I walked by the service desk. The tech who worked on our truck was finishing up the ticket and waved me over. Hey, he said, somewhat bewildered. Aren't you with that short guy with the limp? Yeah, Why do you ask? I reply. Well, he asked a weird question. I take a deep breath. I had a feeling what that question would be. Let me guess. He was asking about the engine brakes. The tech was taken aback. Yeah, he wanted to know how to disable them. My God. I thought it was weird because why would anybody want to do that? Oh my God, Kevin. He really is out to kill OP. He's trying to prove his point with the engine brakes by just... Oh my God. Oh my God. He learned nothing. I have no idea how to defend this. This is horrible. Without even telling OP that he's disabling the Jake brakes. Oh, this is unforgivable, dude.
Unforgivable.
I shake my head in disgust and glance to make sure that Kevin isn't in the room. Did you tell him? Hell no, the tech admitted. You'd be an idiot not to have him. Thank you for that, at the very least. I nod in agreement. By the way, I asked, what was it that was wrong with the truck? Bro, that's a laundry list. There were some cracks in the turbocharger housing, he explained. Uh-huh. And would keeping the engine at 2,000 RPM all the way down Snoqualmie cause that? He looked at me knowingly. You better tell somebody about him if he can't drive any better than that. No, seriously, he's going to kill everybody. This is so ridiculous. Oh, don't worry, I assured the technician. I will. And that ends part number 6, Breakdown. Once again, a big thank you to everyone who's either reading this story on Reddit or listening on YouTube, being brought to you by ReddX. Your support means the world to me, and I hope this story proves itself worth your time. I'll apologize in advance since part 7 will be delayed as I'll be unavailable during the weekend, but hopefully I'll be able to post it up early next week. Until next time, this is Strong Bad Jr. reminding you to help control the Kevin population. Have your Kevin spayed or neutered. God damn, dude, that is just indefensible, isn't it? He's trying to kill OP. Without telling OP what's going on, he wants to disable the brakes on this... on this fucking big rig. Ah! I can't anymore. I tried to go to bat for you, Kevin, and then all the stupidity came flooding back, and I'm just like, yeah, I can't fix this. There is no fixing this. Just give it a rest. Turn in your badge and gun. You finish, Maloney, or whatever. That first part had my anxiety so high, and the second part, you know, OP's compiling the email. I'm like, good, it's almost over. But Kevin just wants to get in one more insanely stupid and dangerous thing before he's out the door. How to disable the brakes on this truck. My mouth is agape. I can't even figure out how or why he thought that was a good idea. I guess because Kevin, Jesus Christ, man, he is insane. He needs to be lobotomized. We can't have this guy, okay, he's a ward of the state now. I'm glad my taxpayer dollars are going to take care of him because he's not capable of working a regular job. He does nothing but hurt everybody around him. Walking disaster. Like I said, lobotomy's the only chance if we really insist on keeping him living. Jesus Christ. Kevin, you are quite a specimen, and I'm sure we'll get into part 7 eventually. I do suspect that it is going to be juicy, so yeah, buckle up your seatbelts and wait for that one to come around. I hope you enjoyed this one, friends. I hope you like, comment, and or subscribe. If and you did, I would appreciate that. I would also appreciate if you shared the video around. That's pretty cool. Check out our links in the description. Plugs, playlist, podcast, you know what it do. Also, all kinds of social medias, Twitter, Discord, Facebook, Twitch, where I live streamed this whole thing. We've also got my channel members and my beautiful patrons over on Patreon. Thank you to all of them very much, as we do every video. So thank you. Wire Jerry, Darth Luscious, Harley Owen, Repent the Squirrel, Robert Waits, Camille Sarah, Chase Blue Kraken, Roxanne Wolf, Sim Jerry, Conrad Ingy, Captain Cloud Jerry, Aaron Jerry, Esteban, Farad Lang, Son, Jerry Crusader, or Gamey Steve, Silent Revolver, PCB, Fluxer, Soldier of Industry, welcome my friend, Jerry, the original Jerry, that's who that is, Tick Jerry, Destiny Piper, Jerry, Kitsune, 211 Jerry, the two Jerrys, Very Tired Jerry, Justy Jargonian Jerry, and Frankenberry, that's a hiding bitch, isn't it? Aspen XO, Assassin Pug Jerry, Aurora Wildheart, Baby Jerry, Bailey Joy, Peter Jerry, Ben Ramirez, Bitch Gremlin, Blip Blip Jerry, I'd like to order all the Jerrys in the register, yes, this is a robbery, oh my god, put your hands up, Bronze Kraken, Catholic Jerry, Commander J, Tank Confederate Jew, Dennis Dayton, Dr. Lux, Aaron Era, East Mars, Frozen Over Studios, Fire Drake, Gypsy, Hadrian VR, I'm Slim Jerry, I'm the real Jerry, Inquisitor Jerry, Irish Pirate, Hoist the Colors, there be a tendy friggin' off the port bow, Iron Aloe, Irradiated Jam, a Pimp J Chris, JM Coon, Jerry Blacktail, Jerry Dow, Llama the Trucker, John Hero, John Jerry, Jingleheimer Schmitz, Crew He, Cuddly Kraken, Legend Maker, Miss Monday, Lord Jerry, Luca was a clever Patreon name, he drove so goddamn fast, like and subscribe, Milady Nix, The Last Jerry Bender, Malama Man, Melgar the Destroyer, Mental Fecta, Needless King 89, Nightmare Jerry, Paragon Soul, Phantom of the Pines, Jerry Kins and Jerry Beth, Queens, Quaaludes, Quagmires, Rose, Jerry Miller, Sarita the Lolita, Sassy Octopus, Scarlet's Kevin, Sergeant Gay Cop, Bringer of the Law, Silo Wimp, 70 Goodner, Sign After Boomstick, Brilliant Tomago, Tapio, Boogaloo, Taylor Fair, The Italian Greyhound Dino, The Little Sue, The One True Fusky, Train Boy, trying to find another mom and get back to the real world. You probably don't want to blow into that balloon knot. Stinky balloon. V3 Prime, Vanguard Angel, Viking Jerry, Wiki Tech, Will Mags. Y'all remember that roller ring from a while ago? Turns out it was a Panda Express. I mean, it's now a Panda Express, or I'm a little confused by that. Zevon the Gargoyle, Cobra Red Mooney, Kira, not another Jerry, but he is though. Redwing, Nog Viper, Saint Blessing, Third Stuff, Venom Jerry, Jace Christensen, Basic Bitch, Big Dad Wolf. One like Jerry the Neckbeard Hunter, Normal Jerry, Admiral T-Tag, Error Alder, another stupid hipster, Atomic Jerry Zilla, Bartender Kelia, Blueberry and Apple Pie, Broken Spine Horseradish, but Greedy Jerry's such a nice girl. Yes, nice. Cake Jerry, the original Different Jerry, California Jerry Girl, Shepherd 7 Lock, Chico, and a Panda, Corey does art, sometimes. Corporal Lambo, Princess Furry Warrior, Lou Jerry, Crypt Cities, Define Jerry, Def Tuna, Dopamine Dane Jerry's, Dr. Cody Zawa, working on the Mountain Dew Destroyer to defeat Jerry Zilla. Dwarfy Dude, too tired to come up with anything. Just reread the name above me, Jerry. Dwarfy Dude, Jerry. Ghost of Alpha, he cannot. Janitor Jerry's roaming the streets of Finland, hunting down the Rudo headband. Jeffrey, Geralt of Rivia, Jerry Thomas is having New Year's Way of the Apocalypse. Jerry Springer, the results are in. You are not the Neckbeard. Yay! Jerry the Sussy Baka, Jerry's mom has got it going on. Check out the mustache on Jerry Aldo Rivera. Jerry Roxers, Jerry Roleplay Game, Keaton Tails, Kid Marvelous, Kid Skin, Little Ann Woods, Lucia Lovecraft, Machia, CD, maybe next time Milfed Jim, Miss Duchess, not Invisible Angel, Raptor, she's my Jerry Pie. Skymara Ravenswood, Snary, that's Nom Jerry. Snowman, what is best in life? To crush your neckbeards, to put them feet to Jesus, to hear the lamentations of their body pillows. Smokey the Rogue, Spoopy Scary, Jerry Ton, Techno Dubs, the original Jerry, not to Infinite Jerry and beyond. We on the way. Underwater movies, throws a 2-liter Mountain Dew. Grow, my neckbeard, grow. It's Jerry time. Holds ReddX Morpher. Hygiene. It's Jerry time. Holds ReddX Morpher. Humility. Good Lord. And thank you to my $1 patrons as well. Of course, we'd also like to thank our YouTube channel members. We got Skylar May, Amara. Oh, that sounds familiar. Gypsy Barber, Train Boy, Fire Drake, a Tiny Voice Samantha, Desk Flagship, Bearded Snake. Buy 2, get 1 hand. Definitely a couple of double dippers in there. Thank you to all of you for helping my world go around, you know, paying for the thumbnails and the editor and all sorts of crazy stuff that I get up to around here. And, I can't thank you enough for it, honestly. That's beautiful. If you can help out, join up on one of those things, that would be huge. But if you can't do it, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you'll come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos, right? Right? Yeah. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I shall see you in the next one, and until then, friends, bye-bye.